Yeah, we should just jam to that music too.
Return.
You know? Howdy, folks. Welcome back.
Hey there.
I'm Jacob.
Welcome back to TECHNOPOVERTY. I'm Henry.
You know? And Barney's over here.
Got our copy of Crack the Sky because we were gonna check out the making of DVD. I forgot I had the bonus disc version with the CD. I pre-ordered this shit from what I remember. Got it in college. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Because I found the album before this was what, Blood Mountain? It is Blood Mountain, right? I keep feeling like that's wrong, but I know it's
I forget. I think The Hunter came out before. Was it before or after this?
No, The Hunter came out after Crack the Sky
that's
because they had a perfect record up until then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Blood Mountain before. Yeah, I found Blood Mountain, and then I worked backwards from there, and then like the Crack the Sky preview stuff was like all seeming pretty dope.
Also, because this was like, man, physical media. Talk about physical media lasting. Like, my favorite thing I've seen as far as people talking on the internet is like CD rot in things. I feel like we have so many like copies of like original Halo.
We have, I was about to say, like we played Jet Set Radio Future. Oh, 3256, wow, congratulations. Oof. That's awesome. I got I got
a really nice receipt called a diploma.
Yeah.
Still paying that bad boy off.
I have like all the discography up till to Crack the Sky over on that shelf there, but you gotta do some digging because it's got no organization to it.
Yeah.
But we're not here to get nostalgic about the old. Nostalgia is satanic. If you haven't figured that out yet, we must destroy it. And you know what, Jacob? Why don't you play Doom for a moment? Because I'm going to talk more about Paradise Lost as we do this.
No fair.
You're going to the Super Gore Nest, eh?
Sure.
All right, chat. So as I was saying, Jesus offers himself up as sacrifice, just like the Hunger Games. Everybody cheers, and we exit heaven in the middle of Book 2. I just want to highlight line 313 in Book 2. Humiliation shall exalt Jesus to the throne. I just want to highlight that humiliation's a key contrasting element here, as opposed to the monarchical pride in Book 2 that Lucifer is highlighted as having. Lucifer, scared of humiliating himself, not wanting to look small, took up the task of corrupting man, which he's going to fail. Jesus took up a humiliating task of redeeming man. Which he's going to succeed at, of course, if you're Christian or, know the lore, seen the extended universe.
The JC lore extended universe, big fan.
Watched your VeggieTales and Bible Man.
I do like these adaptive triggers, though.
I don't know if God's Not Dead as a series is necessary to really comprehend what's going on with Paradise Lost, but you know what? It can't hurt to really just take in the whole of the canon. And then what happens is one of those switch-ups, like I was talking about before. Instead of cutting into another book, we're cutting back to Satan, crossing from Chaos in the Void into the earthen plane. And he comes to Earth east, from Asia towards Eden. And it's kind of an ideology of predators thing. As he touches down, there's talk of like claw and hoof and like vultures and scavengers. This kind of plays in a way as a fear of the East. He's describing the bad stuff is coming from Asia. He's likening it to kind of like foreign wars and foreign dealings and trade routes. This is the paradise of fools, I guess is what he's saying, because it may be outside. Well, he says it's the paradise of fools. That's what it's literally called in the text. To me, it kind of evokes this idea of like the world outside of Christendom. Like you go too far east in Asia and it's like, oh, and then suddenly that's where Attila the Hun is and like all those non-Christians and weirdos. All the vain and forgotten things is what he categorizes this stuff as. Focused on the self, not remembered by others. Keep that in mind because, again, like the self, not others. Instead of being remembered by other people, instead of being in the minds of others, the bad things fail to get across to other people in a meaningful way. They're vain, they are self-serving, they are self-insular, they are individuated in that way. And then, yeah, one thing that is noted here as Satan goes through this land of vain and forgotten things is Milton explicitly says this place is here on Earth, not on the moon. Apparently there is a popular canto by someone called Arostos Orlando Furioso from around the time. And I guess it was an Italian canto that sung of like a fool's paradise on the moon. That I guess Milton just really disagreed with, because he had to put a note here on line 459 of book 3, just saying like, no, it's not on the moon, it's here. It is foolish to think it's not on Earth. This is the land of Babel.
Oh, is that what you were?
And then, so this is another kind of point of hilarity or comedy for me, at least, given what we know about Satan so far and all the mentality of like being happy with what you have on the inside, not necessarily like, you know, hell's a state of mind, what I'm saying. But Satan sees Earth for the first time. This is lines 553 through 554, and he's envious instantly. It really makes questionable how true to word he's being when he says it's better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Like, if hell's such a cool place to reign, why is he so envious of Earth? He's immediately kind of gobsmacked that, like, oh, I do live in a shithole. Like, damn, wait, maybe the car salesman got the best of me. Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a sad thought.
And so the sun shines on everything as well. Like, keep in mind, he's been traversing chaos and the void and hell and the underworld and, you know, these abstract fictional places, but keep in mind, like, the sun in the cosmology of things wasn't present there. It's not until he gets the Earth that the sun and its sunlight really starts showing. And, you know, sunlight's like the beam of God, showing everything and kind of like bringing things to truth. Light being potable gold, etc. It's instantly makes everything look richer. And so again, there's that envy, that vein, that like, oh yeah, I did want this stuff. Like, oh man, is it better to reign in hell? Like, I'm very much like want to ditch that place already. I mean, he has no friends up here following with him. It'd be very much easy for him to defect or try again to lust after something on his own. But again, keep in mind, like, God just kind of seen him pass through and be like, hey, Jesus, check this out. All right, there he goes, on his way. Like, there's no grand revenge on Satan. He's running in circles of his own paranoia as far as, like, the vanity of revenge he seeks goes. And he shapeshifts. As he's approaching the Earth, he comes across the cherub Uriel, the angel Uriel, who is like the guardian of the sun, the shepherd of the sun, the regent of the sun. But Satan shapeshifts. Again, this is kind of ironic. He still has the power to shapeshift. What did he lose in the fall? Not much. He's still handsome. He still has the power to shapeshift. He could have probably retired on a beach somewhere and just called it a day, but that's just not in his nature. We'll get to that later in book 4. Something to note too is when I was talking about book 1, there was the prime, which is like the hierarchy of demons, and there was 9 levels to that. On the heaven side of things, there's God, the Son, Jesus, and there's 7 archangels. So there's kind of an interesting parallel structure thing going on there. And again, as pointed out, Lucifer, ascends, Jesus descends. There's a very rigid parallelism going on. It is both blunt, but still very literary and multi-layered. It's not just like the blunt symbolism of like, oh yeah, the good guy's ascending and the bad guy's descending, but again, the sense of like humiliation versus vanity that's interwoven like psychologically into who these characters are and how they play off each other in the story. It's much more sophisticated than Dante just sort of listing grievances through monster metaphor level by level with very literal names and examples. And so I mentioned this last time, but the thing Milton also points out is that it's within the nature of angels and demons to just like well, within the nature of angels at least, to not see hypocrisy. They just assume like, oh, everything's good, and like, why would anyone ever want to do bad? That's the purity of them. They're kind of an inverse of Sauron, which is an example I mentioned last time. I'm pretty sure Tolkien was explicitly doing some play on this concept, though, as far as like Sauron being a fallen angel, not being able to comprehend that, a hobbit would self-sacrifice in that way. But anyways, because angels can't conceive of hypocrisy, they can't conceive of hypocrisy. They can still see through bullshit. And that's a fine distinction, and also that leads to one of the funniest moments in the book in book 4. But so because they can't conceive of hypocrisy, when Uriel first crosses this transformed, shape-shifted Satan who asks to be let in and asks where paradise is, Uriel's just like, oh yeah, the new creation's pretty cool. If you want to check it out, it's right over there. And Satan in his disguise is like, oh, that does sound cool. I'm going to go on over there now, and kind of takes off. And then book 4 starts. So that's the end of book 3. Is Satan arrives, Uriel points him the way, and Satan gets on his way. And that's the end of book 3. Book 4, Satan's basically descending from the sun to the actual physical earth, and he lands and arrives. He rips off the mask, like right at the beginning of book 4. He like lands and he rips off the mask, and instantly Uriel sees him. It's kind of extremely funny and extremely stupid. But this kicks off what Jacob and I what I was telling Jacob earlier is like an interesting cinematic structure to this particular book, where Uriel sees Satan rip off his disguise and approach the Garden of Eden, and he goes, oh no, a fiend. And he loses sight of where Satan goes, but he rushes off to tell Gabriel of what he saw. And so you enter this parallel structure where Satan is creeping through the garden, searching for Adam and Eve and trying to observe just what it is that God has built down here, while Uriel rushes back to Gabriel to warn him that like something's happening here. It's a very interesting structure, and sort of the first time you encounter it here in the book. But it is sort of a cascading, growing pattern of interplay that's been seeded since book 1, which starts with Satan and Beelzebub talking to each other, and then summoning other voices. That's kind of the call and recall of the first book. And then they hold a council, and they define hell. And then we go up into heaven and see God, and then we go back down to earth and kind of see creation. There's an oscillating wave of structure going on here that I find captivating. It's something that, again, this is kind of what Milton's bringing to the table that older poems didn't quite have. Like even the Homeric structure, again, the 24 books parsed this story up in a way that made it a bit more linear or pastoral. This is much more, I don't know, it's almost novelistic. I mean, it would be cliche to say epic, but it is an epic poem. But it's the most interwoven or contemporarily considered with its structure, I guess. I also want to point out that line 5 of book 4, when Satan has arrived, it cites Revelations 12:12, which, if you're an Iron Maiden fan, you may slightly realize or recognize the line, because it is the same line. The sample's a slight bastardization of the line, but they're both sourcing the same Bible verse. It's the opening number of the beast. So the opening of book 4 of Paradise Lost, if you just needle drop number of the beast, it works. It works. Satan's arriving, night is black, there is no turning back. Was all this for real or just some kind of hell? Because I do find it interesting, because also in that song it does say, because in my mind it's always there. Like, it is in your head. Was all this for real or just some kind of hell? Interesting, King of Mystery. I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure, I mean, Milton was like the English dude, so I'm pretty sure Tolkien has some familiarity with him, and like, he reads all over Sauron in a lot of ways. And I just want to point out in book 4, the hell within him, for within hell he brings, and round about him, nor from hell, one step no more from them himself can fly, by change of place. Now conscience wakes the despair that slumbered, wakes the bitter memory of what he was, what he is, and what must be. Worse of worse deeds and worse sufferings must ensue. He gets hit with sunlight, and he kind of has like a flashback, and more memories flood him as far as like what happened with the rebellion, and what he lost, and what he coveted in heaven, Lucifer that is. Again, to play off of this whole Lucifer, Beelzebub, like speaking himself into existence, like nostalgia tulpa, I again think this kind of lends credence to that as far as like he's remembering more of himself as like the light of heaven shines on him. This is also interesting to me because it's Satan learning more and defining himself by contrast to others, which is a thing consistently throughout, is there's the bounce back and the recall. In being vain and in not knowing yourself, like, you can't internally exist. It's only through the memories and actions and reactions of others that you start forming the satanic, is something interesting to me. But yeah, there's just, the beginning of book 4, he's just kind of going, Lucifer's just kind of going mad in the sun right at the beginning. Like, he's gotten away from Uriel, he's ripped off the mask, and like, he's gone from like, earlier I was describing like the false Edens, the false lands of like the paradise of fools type stuff. But he finally gets to like Eden, and it's so beautiful, it drives him angry. Again, extremely funny to consider, because again, he went for the bad deal. He decided better to reign in hell. He didn't even know what he was missing out on when he made that declaration. So he's frothing mad here. In line 37, I forget the exact line, but he's spiting the beams of the sun for the pain they're causing him. And it just reminds me of my favorite line from Moby Dick, which is when Captain Ahab is, I think it's Starbuck calls Captain Ahab blasphemous because he's speaking like crazy talk, and Ahab just responds, "Speak not to me of blasphemy, I'd stab the sun if it spited me." Yeah. That is direct, like, fucking Luciferian quotation there, as far as like when Lucifer finally reaches the surface and sees the sun and just hates it. And so in the middle of this rambling, he finally like lets out, like he confesses to why he was jealous or why he decided to rebel. And it's because he, as an angel, he was created by God, and like you're indebted as an angel to God for being created by God. And the way you pay off the debt is through gratitude, is kind of the way the lore works. But then man comes along, and man is free to choose to just say, like, fuck off. I don't have any gratitude for this. It is his creation, and it can spite him. And so, Lucifer's been over here. It's noted that Lucifer, was among the top angels, but he wasn't the best angel. And this is very interesting to me because it means he was a striver who was always in just a little bit of debt. Like, there's always a bit of anxiety, or like, I could do better, I'm just in the hole, so he has this tension going with where God has placed him on his hierarchy. And it's frustrating because he can't get out of debt, And then, God creates this creation that's like, bankruptcy, whatever, I don't care, like, the system's stupid, and God's like, cool, I love you.
Love that.
So just supreme spite from the first son to the second son. There's kind of some Cain and Abel stuff going on there. So that's what angered him. Yeah, 3256. I totally understand that tension as well. I think most Americans do. What do you mean they get health care in Israel?
What do you mean I'm paying for it? What?
I think, yeah, lines 74 through 7 and 8, like infinite wrath and infinite despair. Which way I fly is hell, myself am hell. And in the lowest deep, a lower deep, still threatening to devour me, opens wide, to which the hell I suffer seems a heaven. At the end of his madness in recounting, so when he recounts why he's doing what he's doing, it's not just so that the audience knows what he's doing, he's literally regaining cogency, like he's reiterating the memory, and it's kind of like it's happening for the first time again, or it's a restatement of value. He's remembering, he's like, oh yeah, this is why I did this thing. And so as it starts out more flowery and poetic, it becomes more focused and angry, and so it's quite a beautiful and I mean Luciferian ramble, but it's him reasserting that he is now going to be the adversary. He's going to carry through with this. He's seen Eden, he's seen what he can't go back to, and he kind of decides like, oh, there's no turning back now. Like from the pinnacle to the pit, he's wielding the scepter, he's wearing the crown, like. Yes, that is also a Ghost song, but those lines are within this whole passage here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Line 90 in specific is the scepter line. I have that noted down here.
Thank you for bearing with me through that, everybody.
So that's kind of the first part, his arrival in book 4. And then he finally decides, once he's gained coherency and like re-understood his purpose, he sees the tree of life. It's kind of like the highest tree in all of the garden. It oversees everything. And he takes the form of a cormorant and rests atop it. A cormorant is, besides a really cool metal band from the 2000s that had a few releases, is a carnivorous bird. There's a very specific reason a cormorant was picked for this symbolism. They're carnivorous and they know how to swim. And they're characterized as greedy because they would steal fish from fishermen, and they're able to dive into the sea and kind of just like pick up any fish that they get in there. They can dive pretty deep too, is the thing. So think of this raptor, this raptor that can fly in the air, but then it can also dive into the water and transcend from the heavens to the depths. And it just feasts. It's just carnivorous. It's greedy. In some countries, you can find videos of this online. They use cormorants like Pokemon to fish. They put a little tie around their neck because they have a huge gullet. Because they'll dive down and they'll eat up all the fish in their gullet. And then they're tied up so they can't swallow it all. And then they just spill them out.
That's so wild.
Yeah, people have yeah.
The first guy to figure that out must have been so happy.
Right?
Oh.
But yeah, so also keep in mind, and this is explicitly stated as well, this bird is 4 feet tall. So it's not like a little pigeon. These are big sea beasts. But because of this poem and because of this characterization, cormorants are associated with Satan and the Satanic for pretty much all of the rest of time. But yeah, that's the form he takes atop the tree, and symbolically, metaphorically, it's so that he can look down below, like he's peeking from the other realms into the earthly realm, and he's going to dive down and corrupt man, swallow up our souls. And so as he perches at the top of the tree of life, it kind of shifts focus to Adam and Eve, who come wandering into the area, and he just observes them. And this is where Milton gets into a bit of his personal philosophy on the tree of life, tree of knowledge being right next to each other. You can only know life through death, you can only understand good through evil. Only when you see how horrible things you can get do you understand like how precious and valuable things are. You know, the whole false flattery, constructive criticism thing I was talking about earlier. I believe Areopagitica is where it's explicitly talked about in terms of Adam knowing good through evil. But this is like lines 220 through 225 if you want to read that kind of stuff explicitly. This is to explain basically why the tree of life and the tree of knowledge are together in the garden. You know, a lot of times somebody trying to like cinema sins the Bible, which is just a completely dumb and fruitless idea. Like, okay, Richard Dawkins, have fun with that. No one's ever done that in ever.
Never.
Never.
A completely original idea.
Jacob, did you know if you're snarky with religion, it proves it's not real?
Whoa. That seems right.
So yeah, in the metaphorical sense, because you have to know evil to know good, that's why the tree of life and tree of knowledge are rooting up next to each other. And while the tree of life's fruitful and fine and all that, you don't eat from the tree of knowledge because the tree of knowledge will kill you. It will exile you from paradise. You gotta know all the bad in man, and because of that, you won't be able to enjoy paradise. That whole ideology is mentioned. I also want to note, like around 270 in book 4, Dis is mentioned, the city of Dis. Again, name dropping Dante's lore.
Friends transition into their new world, a comfortable one.
Ooh.
And then basically, after being explained to for a bit what the upgrade time, eh?
Yeah. That's a little whipping upgrade, boy. We love an upgrade time.
I'm liking, yeah.
That one kind of sucks because it takes a while to charge up, like it is helpful.
I'm liking this just for crowd control purposes, although I worry it's just gonna kill dudes, and then, you know, the economy of the stuff, it doesn't... Here you go.
Daniel's memo, I know for a fact you did it on purpose. I know you did it.
But anyways, as Satan's roosting there as a cormorant just spying on the garden, he spots Adam and Eve. They're beautiful, they're hot, he's jealous. Again, there's some fun prose about spite. But as he's watching them, Adam and Eve just talk to each other, and this is where we do have to bring up that Milton gets straight into just retelling, like, yes, Adam was first, Eve was created from his rib. Very stereotypical gender role stuff going on as far as like Milton's belief in women being subservient to men. Again, this guy was alive in the 1670s, and his name's on the poem, his daughters wrote it. I'm not going to try to wash over that or hide it. There's some very just dumb old sexist, you know, it's the old evangelical take on woman being secondary to man. I do think that's, you know, that sucks. I do think there's something also going on concurrent with that in terms of the rib story, in that Eve and Adam are made from the same pieces. Man is a shared concept across many bodies. It's not in the same way that, you know, Lucifer's singular, Beelzebub's singular, Jesus is singular. These are concepts outside of human understanding of life, outside of our understanding of time, in terms of like demons and angels being of a higher, weirder dimensional level, whereas man is, you know, we're all divided among, like Adam's our father, Eve's our mother, we're all divided amongst them. There's a larger point I think Milton's trying to get at here in terms of solidarity, and this is also something that it gets read into it with Revolutionary Readings of Paradise Lost. As they're talking, because Satan's listening to talk, they talk about, you know, being from the same rib. But then a bit later in the same book, at another part where Adam and Eve are talking, Eve asked Adam, when we go to sleep at night and stuff, why or what does everything else do when we're not perceiving it? And Adam basically says, well, like the bears and the animals and the flower, like everything's still like witnessing each other and enjoying each other, and it's all in symphony with each other. It's all in harmony with God. And that, along with, man, Adam and Eve, all of us being made from the same meat, from the same stuff, like, it's an angel or a spirit divided or diffused among the whole of the race. But because of that, there's a humanist call or a humanist read you can have on this in terms of, well, that means, all of us need to be saved or cared for. There's that value in humanity, like in solidarity with one another, that's being appealed to. Keep in mind throughout the book, when there is stuff like war or imperialism or economics, it usually is an aspect of some demon leaking into the realm. Whereas the idea of the symphony of God being us working in harmony with one another is sort of what Milton sees as the way or the good way. Also to be earnest and sincere in your pursuits, not vain and self-fulfilling. But yeah, just to get beyond the whole like, well, isn't it unscientific and stupid that like one was created from the other and like ribs aren't real and like the Garden of Eden's fake, like the metaphorical application of stuff being worked at here. Same with like the metaphor of Jesus and Satan here. It's not that like Jesus good, Satan bad. It's that Jesus willing to humiliate himself, go down there, put himself through the grinder, die for it. Satan vain, scared, kind of cowardly. He's about to do the funniest shit right now in book 4. Let me actually get to that. But again, Milton was for something like Parliament or a people's revolution when it came to the way the English ruled themselves. Not really in the mood for monarchs. Thought they were quite prideful, stupid, and satanic, if the writing's anything to go by.
Hard to disagree.
There is a line I find interesting. It's 391 in book 4, and this is when Satan has, like, after he's witnessed Adam and Eve for a bit, and he's like at the top of the tree, and he's finally like, okay, now to go down and like, I shall conquer this, I shall conquer man, and he says he shall conquer this new world, which I don't know fully how intentional this is, but I can't help but read it as something a bit conquistadorish or Columbus-ish. Just like the conquering of the new world, like the invader from across the void has come to this new land, and he is here to corrupt the natives. When I was reading this, I had already had Number of the Beast primed in my head because of those opening lines, but this made me think of Run to the Hills, just like the white man came across the sea, brought us pain and misery.
God, what a great song.
Yeah. Accept your maker's work, he gave it me, which eyes freely give. Hell shall unfold to entertain you to her widest gates, and send forth all her kings. There will be room, not like those narrow limits to receive your numerous offspring, if no better place. Thank him who puts me loath to this revenge on you who wrong me, not for him who was wronged. And should I at your harmless innocence melt as I do, yet public reason just, honor and empire with revenge enlarge, by conquering this new world compels me now to do what else, though damned, I should abhor. This particular line, that was what, 380 through 392. That's just the whole new world part. When he says he's going to conquer the new world, he's like, I'm gonna hate doing this, but I gotta do it. I don't know, that just reminded me of like, well, somebody's gotta wage this war. It has to be done.
It's gotta happen.
Oh yeah, I even expanded the note here. I should have just kept reading. But this passage, so the passage I'm talking about here is lines 380 through 392, and this is him deciding to go down and conquer man, conquer the new world. It's referred to as the tyrant's plea. So again, it strikes me as like the rationale a tyrant uses before doing the bad things. This is the kind of plea Mammon is looking for earlier in the book when he just wants to do violence but doesn't have a story to accompany it. As he's spying on Adam and Eve too, they make love, they pass out under the tree, just enjoying each other. There's a line, line 506, and this is one of the most important lines probably in the whole poem. They're just described as imparadised in one another's arms. In paradise, they're explicitly living in paradise in one another's arms. This is something that will have a lot more meaning at the end of the I keep going to say play, but at the end of the poem, when Adam and Eve are exiled, they still have each other. They can still imparadise each other in each other's arms, and it's kind of the broader point Milton's trying to make about hell and heaven being, portable states of mind. They travel with you. It's what you make of it. All Adam and Eve need to be in paradise is each other, in each other's arms. It's a very, sweet sentiment, but it's also acknowledging like, hey, they're gonna lose everything around them, but I mean, as long as they're within each other's arms, they're in paradise. I find that a really, really powerful use of the title drop, or a pun on the title. Also, when Satan sees this and he wonders like what's so bad about eating the tree of the fruit of knowledge from the tree of knowledge, he says the line specifically. This is line 517. Can it be sin to know? Can it be sin to know? I mean, that's a question of like ideological intent or ideological ontological wonder. Like, does knowing by itself mean sin? But this is also a pun on literally his daughter is sin, as discussed in book 2, and sin was born from him just thinking of it. So yes, the answer is yes. He's lived the answer. He's lived out this exact question, and he still doesn't know the answer. He is a fool.
Gross party.
But anyways, through observing Adam and Eve and doing all this just oblivious pondering, Uriel's caught up with him. We've cut back to the angels, and something to note here is Uriel was the one who was fooled in book 3, but Uriel shows up to Gabriel in book 4, and he's just like, hey, there's some demon loose in the garden, and Gabriel immediately is like, okay, let's take care of it. This is very interesting, kind of funny to me, because it's in complete contrast to the way the demons talk to each other, in which they're all miserable and externalizing and vocalizing pain and whining and kind of not doing anything constructive or productive. Here, one angel shows up to another and is like, hey, this bad thing happened. And even though it fully is, like, in some ways it could be judged Uriel's fault, that's a human judgment. These angels don't play any kind of like, well, whose fault is this? They don't blame each other. They don't even consider that kind of shit. They're like, just like, okay, let's get on it. Let's go bust this guy. And extremely funny to me, like they instantly find their man. They're like, okay, well, he said he was gonna fuck with man. Let's go see what's up with man. And they go find Adam and Eve sleeping, and Satan's in the form of a snake whispering in Eve's ear, and they just see him. They just straight up see him, and they get him. And when they get him, he pops up scared, and he turns into his regular form. And here's something I find very funny in all of this. When he pops up into his regular form, scared, remember, he was whispering into Adam and Eve's ear as a snake just before this, but then when he assumes this form, he doesn't disturb them. Like, they're still sleeping. So my takeaway is, like, the humans don't comprehend, they don't process, they can't see the angels arguing, which brings in this whole bigger, grander question of like, why the fuck is Lucifer like parading around the garden, shape-shifting into other animals and being all like, ho ho ho, hee hee hee, I'm gonna be so clever in corrupting these dudes, ha ha ha. Like, he's just giggling to himself and like he thinks he's fooling everybody, and then instantly, hey dude, like we know you're here. Like, yeah, God's watching dudes play Mortal Kombat, but he did see you walk into the garden. Like, we know what's up. Okay, and then I was talking about, yeah, Gabriel with the whacking stick, exactly. Okay, before I get to this next part, I just want to point out that when Satan, this is something I find interesting, and I'm wondering how much of it is like sexist or like trying to like make sexist like an ideological essentialist thing. But basically, Satan's whispering to Eve. He's not whispering to Adam. He's whispering to Eve. And when he's whispering to Eve, it's just vain things he's whispering, is kind of what it said. And so I wonder out of this if Milton's trying to characterize women as fundamentally vain and sinful, or if women are fundamentally vain and sinful because Satan got to them first. Either way, it's again leaning into his misogyny for the time of just like women are to serve men. They're made from us. They should listen to us. There is a very shitty line, book 4, 743. Eve doesn't ever refuse Adam during sex. Isn't that awesome? Like, she's made for you. Wow, oh boy. She'll never say no.
Coin-operated girl.
Right. So I just want to bring that up before we get to this part. So there's Gabriel, Uziel, Ithuriel, and Zephyrin. They are like the 4 angels of the earth. They guard the 4 cardinal directions. Zephyr's the one that finds Satan. Zephyrin and Ithuriel find him first, and they wake him up. And again, like they just poke him with a stick. Bam! He instantly reveals himself. Brings into question how necessary this whole stealth mission is, or how much of it is Satan just like doing this for his own, thinking he's clever. It reminds. I dread this with like the way liberals are hyping up Gavin Newsom, because like, what if 2028 comes and like Twitter's dead by then, and like it's not going to be Trump again? So like, you know, Gavin Newsom's like, oh, but I was posting so good in 2025. Like I made it, like he stopped posting. Oh wow, wasn't it clever that I owned him? And it's like, that dude's not even running for president, and like those servers shut down. No one cares, man.
Oh, he's definitely going to run again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, you know it's going to happen. It shouldn't, but it will.
But anyways, let me just say, when the angels wake up Satan, it brings up the funniest part in the book to me. So Zephin's like, okay, who are you? And Satan's like, don't you know me? Don't you recognize me? Like, I'm kind of a big fucking deal. Like, don't you know me?
You had better recognize.
Yeah. And Zephin's like, oh yeah, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, come with us. We're gonna take you to God, sort this out. Satan's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'll only speak to the sender, not the sent. Yeah, his dad owns this dealership, King of Mystery. He demands to speak to the manager. And Zephin replies just like, oh, so you don't want a trial? That's cool. Like, the weakest of us here is stronger than you, so like we can just kill you right here. Like, Zephin's just like, well, okay, we can just kill you right here then.
Yeah, how you want to do it?
And that freezes Lucifer with rage. He doesn't know how to respond. He is, you know, it is the same kind of bitch-made frozenness that the Divine Council scene was capped off with. But here, it's like, okay, but are you gonna actually let that shit stand? But then Gabriel shows up. He's been with Zephin and Uriel are holding him, and then Gabriel shows up, and Gabriel's like, oh, it's a prince of hell. And so Gabriel interrupts the conversation, and he's like, Satan, why are you here? Why'd you break out of hell? What's going on?
What are you doing here, bud?
And Satan, kind of quirky and chipper, is all like, hell is awful, dude. Haven't you, like, duh. Like, it's all fire and brimstone down there, idiot. Why would I want to be there? And then Gabriel just kind of laughs at this, and he's just like, well, we don't really miss you or anything, so like, what, like, no, why are you here? Yeah, okay. So Gabriel, yeah, so during this exchange, Gabriel, after being like, okay, like, no, really, why are you here? Like clearly, like, duh, of course hell's awful. I know hell's awful. Like, you don't have to tell me that. What's the real reason you're here, and where are your friends? He asks Satan, like, why are you here? Why are you here alone? And Satan's like, oh, well, I'm doing this for fame and glory, and I'm going to be the coolest guy down there because I came up here alone to kind of track out the land. And again, this echoes to me as sort of like conquistador, conqueror, like boy adventurer, like dandy kind of like, I'm gonna go out and make a name for myself kind of rant he goes on. And Gabriel reiterates like, why the fuck would anyone care that you're famous in hell? It's hell. Like,
I want everyone to see me.
Yeah. Cause like the angels, like again, they don't know hypocrisy. Like they can't identify hypocrisy when somebody's disguised and lying to them. But this is just such a flimsy, yeah, it's almost like a think you should leave kind of like you got triples, really. It's almost like an I think you should leave skate in the way that he's like, well, I'm gonna be a big famous man down there because I'm doing cool adventurer stuff up here.
I'm so awesome.
Yeah, so this is line 917 where Gabriel is asking Satan, he's like, why are you alone? Where are your friends? But after the whole, like, well, I'm up here because I'm so cool, and I came up here alone because I'm brave and courageous and awesome. Line 945, I shit you not, he calls heaven cringe. At the end of his whole rant, he speaks about how cringe it is in heaven. I shit you not, look up line 945 of book 4. Of Paradise Lost. I should have just pasted the whole thing in here, but let me pick it up. I alone first undertook to wing into desolate abyss and spy this new created world whereof in hell fame is not silent. Here in hope to find better abode, and on my afflicted powers to settle here on earth or in midair. Though for possession put to try once more what thou in thy gay legion dare against, whose easier business were to serve their Lord high up in heaven with songs to hymn his throne, and practice distances to cringe, not fight. You see, in hell, they train to fight, and they're not cringe about it. They're not all dancing around and praising the Lord because they're all tough boys down there. When I was talking about that Andrew Tate shit, this is exactly what I was getting on. Satan tries to tell Gabriel that like hell's just too cool and everybody's there so strong and awesome. Yeah, exactly, King of Mystery. He's a total incel. High up in heaven with songs to hymn his throne, and practice distances to cringe, not fight.
Fucking gas.
And so, you know, he's going off about how cringe heaven is. Gabriel's like, okay, this is bullshit, you're lying, this is a fucking lie. Like, he's Tim Robinson, and I think you should leave skate. It's just like, no, dude, get the fuck out of here, like, shut up. Yeah, heaven is cringe, low-key just NPCs, all they do is worship God. So Gabriel's like, okay, no, really, like, get the fuck out of here, you're going back to hell. And so Satan, still like not liking this, decides like, okay, well fuck you all, let's fight, we're gonna fight, like I'm gonna fight you. 985, book 4, line 985. Despite threatening that he would rather throw hands than leave, Satan is described as alarmed when the angels aggro. Like, Milton uses the word alarmed as Satan's reaction when Satan's like, fine, let's go. And so all the angels, I believe he says they start glowing red, like they're about to go Super Saiyan on him. And he does like the Homer Simpson scream.
Bro, they mad.
Yeah, and I'd say he does the Homer Simpson scream because as this is happening, he also looks up to the sky. And this is like a direct Homeric device. he sees the scales of heaven, and he sees his side, and he sees the angel's side, and the scales clearly tilt in the angel's side, and that's God's like way of saying like, look dude, they're gonna fucking kill you. Like, they're going to fucking kill you. It is written in the scales of the cosmos, like, you will lose this encounter if you fight. Which, if you remember me rambling about the Odyssey last time, this is very evocative of that. And once again, despite it being a sign from God, a Deus Ex Machina, it's not so much that God shows up and fixes everything, it's that God makes very literal a thematic or symbolic idea that the character then has to act on. And Lucifer does the Homer Simpson scream, and he runs. And that's the end of book 4.
It's incredible.
Yeah. No, I love this whole exchange between Zephon and Satan and Gabriel. Yeah, it's amazing. It's the coolest ending to an episode. It's very much a streaming series because the next book is going to be a flashback episode. But yeah, that's book 4 of Paradise Lost. And I hope you're starting to see why I find this poem so entertaining and so much more than like a stodgy old English these and thous thing. I've said it before and I'm not going to stop saying it. I don't know, I think there's a very Coen Bros-esque story to be made into a movie out of it.
Oh,
I mean,
Really?
even in reading it, I'm getting the urge to get back to Fargo. The movie Fargo.
Yeah.
Because I only watched Fargo once, but like this is reminding me a lot of like that. Because like again, like the used car salesman-ness of it all, and just the fucking like getting fucked on a deal by a bigger shark, because you want to be the big shark.
But I'm the big shark.
And the way that just like destroys everything. But then there's like the couple, the cop couple. What do we want here?
All them things.
Further away glory kills, yes. We can only shoot 3 at a time though, huh?
Yeah.
I like the 3 we have right now.
Yeah, I think it's got a really nice play dynamic.
Is it cool if I brain jack you and go through the rest? Let's see what else we're doing here. Although it is 10:37, so maybe once we get to a stopping point. Or a checkpoint.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to get close to an end point we're here.
Yeah, I think this is a checkpoint. A flame belch. I do gotta say, as I was doing that ramble and watching you play, the art direction on this level is awesome. This is kind of what I was expecting in the opening level, honestly.
Right? Yeah. This one definitely feels more like it's really fun bouncing around and it's really fun opening up new areas in it. It feels more older Doom than like newer Doom, I guess. You know? Like
Yeah.
First I was like, oh, here's this secret area, but also you need to get these other parts in this one area, as opposed to everything else was like, just keep bouncing around and follow this like little alleyway.
Damn.
Yeah, Game Mystery, the later parts definitely are better than the beginning. Oh yeah, and good night to Hamill's Mammal.
Oh, this is a much bigger arena than I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, no, if it starts turning into this more often, cool. Like, this is actually like a huge amount of space, and there's actual like visible monkey bars. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's raise hell. What am I doing? I'm like, let's raise hell, and then I just kind of jump into lava. Like,
You're like, I forgot I'm not a demon. Nice. Gratifying. Lucifer coded Henry. Say that and eat shit in lava immediately.
yeah, man.
Truly.
That's what that poem does to you. You just start singing the satanic and everything. Thanks, John Milton. Like,
really appreciate that, bud. Glad you didn't get executed.
Mission fucking accomplished.
Doom. Such a fun time.
But yeah, so it's also interesting that the Deus Ex Machina comes in the middle of the play, in the middle of the poem, not the end, as in the Odyssey. But also, like, you know, Dante has Ulysses in hell, and like to give like Odysseus' futures to Lucifer is, I think, fun and interesting. I think there's something of Odysseus, the negative side of Odysseus I find very compelling, and also is like part of like Stephen King's Roland Deschain from The Dark Tower and other like that self-destructive like hero type.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna do the supercharge with the plasma on that guy. Don't even fuck with him.
I don't have any ammo is the thing. Yeah.
You gotta find a little blood bag.
I do not understand the economy.
It's a horrible economy, man. Like, people think current America is bad. Just think of the doom economy.
Yeah, the doom economy. There we go.
Down. God damn, this is huge.
It's just incoming.
Heavens no,
okay.
hell yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm liking that I understand this kind of plasma.
Yeah, that thing definitely.
It stops
Some of
enemies,
them.
which is what I was annoyed by earlier.
Yeah. Some of them will, some of them they're still powerful and will like keep chugging, but like it's good for a good amount of people. I don't understand the economy in this economy. I've never understood the economy. They say buy, and I keep buying things, but I don't seem to be winning. M-Man's asking if we're familiar with the Lucifer TV show based on Neil Gaiman's universe.
No, I am not. I remember it running, but I didn't really watch it. Was that on like network
Was that Idris Elba
broadcast?
on that? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think you're thinking of something else. This was like, is this the detective procedural?
Yeah, I guess I'm not super familiar. You're right, 3256. Economy equals line goes up. Yeah, we need that. We need line.
Who's still alive, or what's still alive? I hear it. Okay.
This dork. Look at this skeleton dork. Shut up. Yakadine. Oh, I hate those dudes. Shield boy always annoys me.
Do I have? I don't. Okay.
Yeah, buddy cop detective show with Lucifer and angels and demons. Well, that seems kind of fun.
Yeah, I remember seeing commercials and stuff. I remember Troy watching it. When I
Yes,
was over
that's
there
what
at
it
one
was.
point. Yeah.
I definitely. We have
we have a friend
buddy
who
of ours,
definitely watched it. Yeah.
very big into television series, just kind of, and a lot of them too. So that's usually where I would see glimpses of somebody watching it.
Have I gotten? No. I need to avoid this specific scenario, and I'm wondering if it's the game or me at this point.
What's the?
Where I'm just like completely out of ammo for everything, so I got run around chainsawing something, but there's nothing around to chainsaw.
Yeah, it kind of frequently happens.
I don't. Yeah.
Not super frequently, but they definitely try to make you watch your ammo. Oh yeah,
There we go. Come on.
Nice.
I really gotta get that shield boy.
Yeah, he's fucking annoying.
Oh, come on.
Please.
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of like, I do like the air dashing.
Yeah, the air dashing really makes the game like super fun.
Oh man, come on. Come on.
Yeah. Platform.
Come on. What are you doing this to me for? Oh.
What are you showing me? Oh man, yeah, the first 2 seasons were interesting. After that, I went to gotta get the thing or else it's the end kind of plot. Man, that's always a big problem with a lot of things.
Got a weapon point. Nice.
It's like a big reason why I don't like a lot of Marvel things, because it's just like, but the world might end. I'm like, well, it's not going to, because we need to have like 30 more movies.
Right. Also, they just don't plan those out. Like, it's just lies when they say they do.
Yeah.
I'm morbidly curious about Doomsday just because, like, Everyone they interview comes out of it being like, I don't even know if the movie's done. I don't know who I was talking to half the time. I was just in front of a green screen saying 2 million different lines. I'm not sure what takes are going to be in the movie.
Dude.
And then like 2 months after that interview, like you'll get some from production being like, oh yeah, we're still writing the script. It's like, what is going on in there?
Dude, that's just absolutely wild.
All right.
Oh, L, man, but the lead's portrayal of Lucifer sounds like it takes a lot of cues from Milton. That's kind of cool.
I'm sure it does. This was like a very comprehensive. Again, this is like the work of English literature as far as like epic poetry, unifying proto-novel. Like, yeah, Shakespeare was before this in play format, but this is like, again, those were plays, those were meant to be performed. You know, I don't subscribe to the conspiracy theories. I know there's people who want to like be all like, oh, was Shakespeare a real person, whatever. I think he was. I think he was a singular author, yada yada. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is bonk that.
Fairly confident.
Yeah. There's too much consistency across writing where it's like, yes, a writer would do this. Like, what I was saying more than that, I didn't want to get into like tinfoil hat with Shakespeare, is like those were plays, like those weren't meant to be read firsthand in the same way Paradise Lost is meant to be, you know?
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me.
The intent is there.
Yeah.
In a way nothing before it had the same kind of intent with the language.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need those keys.
Yeah.
Any more keys?
Yeah, you gotta go through the back part of the map that we're just at so you can find those new sections that opened up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how to get to things open earlier. I was like, oh, that's right. You gotta do your keys.
You gotta do your arenas. Okay,
Yep.
secret.
When you get the blue key, you'll be able to do that one.
And that one.
Yeah, I think there's like a couple new doors that opened up, but I don't know where. It's like the teeth mouth. The vagina dentata.
Vagina dentata.
Yeah.
I really liked that movie when I saw it. I'm kind of curious how it has held up.
I did too. I got to work with the effects person from that recently at Hogfly, Meredith. She's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Meredith at Hogfly. Great special effects. But yeah, what a fun movie.
So we got to backtrack somewhere.
I did very little research before moving to Austin, Texas, and as soon as I got here, I realized how many movies and things that I loved that had all come from out of here. Just a lot of like art that was like a part of my life that I did not realize like stemmed from here in some way. It's like, this is great.
Am I just going backwards now, or?
Maybe, but I don't know. But there might be that little. There's something back there, right? That's not it. Oh, that's just the starting area then.
This is the start? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Look at that cool ass Mac.
Yeah, when
Like
replaying
this?
the first level, I really was like, oh no, actually, like, yeah, there's a lot of good background stuff going on here.
Yeah, the environmental storytelling is pretty cool.
Again,
Vague,
like
but cool.
cluttered at times as far as like what I'm supposed to be looking at, but when you replay levels, there are details that stick out because
Yeah.
you're not so caught up in like, what? Where am I supposed to go? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I think a couple doors opened up in that area, like near that purple whatever.
Oh yeah. That's the challenge room place, right? I mean, I'm sure it looks like there's a battery and a key and stuff over there.
Where are you going, Barney?
Yeah, I'll just keep going this
I
way.
don't know. Come on. Where you go?
Get the lay of the land.
What are you trying to do? What are you? Oh my God! What are you doing?
I was like, we're gonna wrap up, but like, I don't want to like end on like us just loading this level and be like, what the fuck were we doing?
Oh yeah. Might be a little bit of that, but hopefully not too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, Barney. You're tired. We keep you up so late on these days, Barney. Oh man. TGIF for tomorrow, right? Right, folks? Everyone gonna have a lovely weekend. Hopefully not a hellish weekend.
portal there. Did this open up, or this is just leading us back to the main area? Destroy the super Gorno.
Oh no, hellish weather. Let's hope not.
Yes, King of Mystery. I'm sure he did while doing heinous crimes. Totally not getting it, probably. You see, because he's the main character, that means he's cool.
He's cool and just and right. And we have to like him.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
There we go.
There's some locations you want to go to.
It legit was just go to the Green God. Yeah, I thought there was some other door. Oh.
Right. Oh yeah, this one's got those fun, like... I really like those swing bars.
Flesh hard.
I love the idea of like this like super marine running around this demonic hellscape and then just like, whee!
Oh no, not the work laptop.
Dang, why would IT do that? That's so mean.
Why would they do that? Yeah.
Or cool of them, I'm not sure. Depends on if you needed the break.
Dang, 3256. Stay cool, dude.
Ooh, yeah.
Fuck.
I just recently fixed
It
the
is-
AC in my car and ooh, man.
I don't want
it
to
was
dox. I don't want to dox you, so I don't want to be specific or anything. But you are out in California, right? Because damn, it is August,
wild,
and there being 100
yeah.
degrees out there. That is wild.
Ooh. Oh dang, King Mystery, that's rough. Oh nice.
Emperor of the Macubi.
Oh yeah, it's like a superpowered one, you gotta kill him. He's got all the superpowers or whatever. Nice. Nice.
Well, I wanted to kill him proper, but the stupid shield guy did stupid shield guy stuff.
Yeah, I know, I fucking hate him. Every single time, there's no one that I hate more than that stupid fucking shield guy. Nice, now you got 2 of those. Yeah! Kill one more pinky like that and you get a thing.
I want...
The Empowered
Let's just
Henry.
max that health. Just max that health.
Hell yeah.
King of the Crystals.
King of the Crystals.
That's where...
Future properties will be chill this weekend though. Yeah, they will be.
Somebody think of the shareholder value.
Yeah, we need to. We really need to worry about our shareholders, guys.
This is all locked stuff. Okay.
Submit to them. Submit to them my resume.
It has taken root in this facility's main power generator.
This prick.
The generator will destroy the nest.
There you go. That's how you take care of that guy.
There we go.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that. I remember liking that. I think
Yeah.
the first one too. Yeah.
It's so nice.
blowing up the rocket behind the shield guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, thank you, take that,
Oh, a
buddy.
minigun, eh?
Doom level up.
How do I get the thing? How do I get the thing?
Oh, Barney's so sleepy.
Yes. Yes, it was 3256. I believe that's the first one.
Yeah. What a great plot and probably very real nowadays.
I haven't mentioned it in a moment, but I just want to give a shout out to Collective Action Comics. They currently have a season going where they talk a lot of political history and theory in regards to the death of Superman.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, they talk about the current season of Collective Action Comics is really great. It's about the Death and Return of Superman comic series, and it uses the story arc to talk about how the comic reflects at the time the way politics was shifting into a more neoliberal, individualist state of policing. Like Superman was going from fighting landlords and corrupt businessmen to like helping cops and fighting for the state.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And this was the era of like super predators and private prisons and like a lot of austerity politics that the Democrats kicked off to play nice with the Republicans in the 90s.
Gotcha, yeah, because you gotta invite Nazis.
Gotta have those private prisons, folks.
Yeah, man. Some little towns couldn't survive without putting people.
But Collective Action Comics, they're very thorough at using comic books as a fun way to dive into history and political theory. Highly suggest checking them out.
Goddamn, they unwoke Superman.
Yeah, exactly. They unwoke Superman with the Death and Return of Superman. Oh, hey, cool, a rad suit. Yeah, with the two tank guys, I got more into the groove of the battle, and this level's feeling like yeah.
Feel more like a Doom, right?
Yeah. Well, this just feels like Mario Bros. I can't help but feel like.
Yeah, right.
So like, there's so many like retro things this game's calling to that make it feel like Mario Bros. To me. Like it wants to be Mario 64 in some respects, in ways I'm not quite sure I gel with.
Yeah, something. And I really don't remember this part at all. Give us that sense of battery. There's a breakable ball up there. Did you see it?
Yeah. I'm angling for it. I'm just kind of wondering if I want to go back that way, if that does anything. It looks like it leads to a combat thing. How did I get down here in the first place? Is that just the way I came? Yeah, this is just the way I came. Got it. Did I miss that combat challenge? Oh yeah, it's behind a. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It does look like there's some. Oh, there's teeth over there. There's teeth everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mario fire sticks.
Dum. Yeah. But like, yeah, it feels like it's using Mario as shorthand to crib some of its like old school like appeals.
Yeah.
Same with like the lives in the continue system.
Don't be afraid. Once your soul has been consumed, your fear will cease to exist.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as that happens.
Am I behind? No. Oh, cool. What? Damn it. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a teleporter. Nice.
That green one? Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's over here? Oh,
A secret.
another Funko Pop. Oh, hey.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. This is that place I failed to land earlier? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I was. Yeah.
All right, Al, man, you have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks
hanging.
for coming. As always, it's a great time chat.
That where else? Where else?
I think they're below.
Above?
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
You now have access to the heart chamber.
Okay, but where's the other one? Where's the other one?
I think it was up to the right. Oh, below you as well.
Below me?
Yeah, I think there were some guys down there. Right? Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just down here. Okay. Okay. Oh, I missed the dude up top, right?
Yeah.
There's two dudes up top, and then I could probably grenade or explode those other dudes. Oh no. Okay, I'll do this another time. Actually, I think the checkpoint, this is where I would continue from when we start next session, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we have a sense of where we're going from here.
Okay, you can start off with a sick ass.
Oh, actually, we're like it's right below me, huh? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then yeah, let's exit to main menu.
Nice.
All right, that's going to be our session for tonight, chat. Thank you for joining us again for Techno Poverty. We'll be back Monday with more Doom Eternal. This weekend, Sunday, 7 p.m. CST on the Discord, we're going to be watching Phil Tippett's Mad God. So if you've been following along with Dante's Inferno, you're a bit more familiar with the levels at this point. Mad God is completely stop motion.
So good.
Basically no dialogue. I think it's like a tight 90 as well, right?
Yeah.
It's just an interesting visual feast and an adventure through hell. But yeah, we're gonna throw that on in the Discord. If you're subscribed to us through the Twitch, or if you're going to us through Patreon or Ko-fi, you should have access to the Discord. As always, if you have any issues with that, just let us know. But yeah, we're ending this summer with a bang. Hopefully we'll be out of hell before it gets cold outside. If we don't, it might stay hot out forever, and oh no, we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that to happen.
All right, but y'all take care, have a good night, and we'll see you around.
Rest easy, y'all.